This is Search Commander 1. I've lost contact with the main task force. Do you read me?
Yep.
What was that? Is someone there? These damn natives are everywhere. This is Search Commander 1. Search Commander 1, I've lost contact with the main task force. Over. Oh. Search Commander, this is Search Commander. The main task force, I've made contact with our lost Imperial Officer. They look disorientated. I've made contact. Do you read me? Is anybody there? Troopers, DKs, form up at my position at once. Sending that beacon out now. These troopers are useless. Why am I assigned these incompetent troopers on my task force team? I do not know. Hello there. You find yourself in a little bit of a situation, haven't you? Have you been here all night long? You know there are Ewoks everywhere, don't you? And you lasted throughout the whole night in darkness. Did you hear those Ewoks? This is Main Commander. From the Imperial, who look disorientated. Clearly been here all night by themselves. Troopers abandoned them. Over. Right. Well, it looks like you need a little bit of assistance there. But we must not rule out Imperial protocol now, should we? So if you don't mind, I would just like to see your credentials, as I'm not too familiar with your face. I see you're just a little bit tight there. Let me just take that there for you. See if I can get your designation number up here. Okay, just to make sure you are who you say you are. Imperial Officer, designation number. Assignment of the Payment Star Destroyer and down for its moon on the planetary base for reinforcements and droid systems. Right. Well, we appear to have all of the details there present and correct. Why isn't it that when I was looking for someone, you didn't ask for help there? You didn't want to make a noise. Because of what? Because of some Ewoks. Well, this place is infested with Ewoks, though I assume you'd prefer to have help and assistance to escape as opposed to just lying there, sleeping and resting. Are you hurt at all? A little bit. I see. And are you able to walk? Right. Well then, we're going to have to rectify that. I cannot leave any Imperial officer here out in the field. This was meant to be a simple patrol of our base, not a search and find party. Right. So I'm going to take a little look at you then, get you back on your feet. We're going to find the rest of our troopers and our squad, and then return back to the base. Is that understood? Good. You heard that, didn't you?
Yep.
And it was definitely over in that direction. That was blaster fire over there, was it not? Well, It seems that we've got a little bit of excitement going on at the moment. This is Search Party Commander. Do any of my troopers read me or following my location? All stormtroopers immediately to my beacon. Right. Well, it's clear that we can't stay here for too long. Wait a minute. Is that the trooper over there? Trooper. We have to be quiet. Trooper. Trooper. Trooper, you. Yeah, you. Trooper. Oh. What on earth do you think you are doing here? Who are you running from? Why have you not come to my location now?
Ewoks.
What's your designation number?
My designation number.
Your designation number?
TK5.
Yes, TK
S3.
what?
2S. Mind your business.
Trooper. Trooper. Return immediately. Trooper.
Yep.
These stormtroopers are getting worse and worse. Well, it looks like it's just you and me at the moment, so now we can't get a medical droid here to see to your wounds, then I'm going to have to do it myself. If you see any of those furry things nearby, be sure to deal with them for me. Right, I'm going to leave that there. The first thing I'm going to do for you is I need to scan you and look for any particular injuries, and then we'll add some Bacta spray and then go through the Imperial procedure to make sure an officer is at their best. This is with Imperial examinations to make sure that you've got all your full wits about you, unless if not, then you are no use to the Imperial Navy, and then I'll send a trooper out. Well, I have my Imperial probe here. You might see just a little blue light at the end of this probe. I'm going to ask you to look at this. This is going to collect all of your data, and then it's going to tell me if there are any injuries that are preventing you from moving around at this present moment in time. You can do that for me? Great. I'll just switch it on here. Now I'm going to ask you to look at the probe here. The probe's going to keep moving. It's going to keep moving. Keep looking at the probe. This probe here. Keep looking at the probe. Wherever it goes, wherever it moves to, keep looking at the probe. Now I'm going to start at the top of your head. Okay, I'm scanning around at the top of your head. Seeing if there are any injuries. And we are not picking up anything. Right, vitals seem fine. On your face. Right, if there is anything that I need to be alerted to, it would let me know. Keep looking, I'm just scanning your face now. Scanning your face. Scanning your face. I'm just going to place that in there, and it will tell me vitals clear. Right, I'm going to scan the top part of your body now. Just keep scanning and keep looking. Scanning, top part of your body. Now down your arms, and down your arms. Nothing as of yet. Your torso. Down to your stomach, Nothing. Nope, all vitals are perfect health. Right. I do hope there is something wrong with you, Trooper, and you aren't just lying here resting in the grass. I'm going to check your legs now, okay? Let me scanning your right leg. Scanning. You appear to have a boot missing there. You do realise that, don't you? where did I see that? I've seen that somewhere. Right, it says you have injured on your leg. Injury on your leg. Well, there you go. You have been saved. And nothing that a bit of Bacta spray wouldn't fix. Okay, so that's physical. And just going to check your other leg and your foot there as well. And some slight bruises and scuffs on that leg. But you've still decided to lie down. I see. Okay. Right, back to spray for you for sure. Where was that thing? Is this boot yours? Does it belong to you? Well, looks like a right foot to me. Why is it that you threw your Imperial boot over there, may I ask? Why have you not got it upon your person? How do you expect to travel the forest if you haven't got any footwear? Right, well, you do realize that you have to wear this as an Imperial officer and set an example. Well, right, so after we've healed your leg then, we're going to put this back on so you can walk, okay? The strangest Imperial officer that I've ever encountered, that's for sure. Who leaves their boot in the forest? Right, so first off, we've got some Bacta air. Now this is going to address the outside of your injury, okay? And this will help you as well, just so you become a little bit more refreshed. So deep breaths, breathe it in. This is necessary, as all Imperial officers need to make sure they're on top efficiency level. You cannot be an Imperial officer and have a tired, fuzzy brain now, can you? You have orders to carry out. So, deep breaths. And this will make you feel a lot better and a lot more refreshed. Right, let that settle in there for you. Now, get something here. Now, trooper. Apologies, I'm so used to dealing with the troopers. I mean, Imperial officer. You, of course, aren't at the higher rank, such as myself. You are below me, just a simple officer, but still. I'm just checking for the following test, making sure that you have the correct distance for it. I'd like to make sure we're very proper here. Right, and just making sure here. I see. So, that means here. Now, we're going to just perform a little Imperial test, and I'd like to make sure that you can answer this properly. You've had your Bacta healing air, okay, so if you've got any psychological things being in the forest all night with all those Ewoks, that should be far beyond you right now and the least of your worries, okay? So just make sure that you can pass this little Imperial test for me, okay? It's very basic, it's very simple, it could be quite relaxing. Now, I'd like you to look at this finger here. Okay. And tell me, how many fingers am I holding? 2. Good. I'd like you to look at this hand here. Look at these 3 fingers. Okay, look at these 3 fingers here. Okay, and tell me how many fingers am I holding here? 1. Right. I'd like you to look at these 5 fingers here for me. Okay, 4 fingers and a thumb. We've got 5. Okay, now I'd like you to tell me, how many fingers do you see here? 2. Indeed you do. Okay, we've got some fingers here. I've got 1 finger here. Okay, now I'd like you to tell me, how many fingers do you see here? 2 fingers, right. Okay, so that spray seems to be working all right. Now, I've got my hands here. I'm going to hold them right here. Now, I'm going to ask you to keep your eyes fixed on my eyes. Do not lose contact with my eyes whatsoever. Okay, as if your life depends on it. Now, look, my goodness me. Where's that?
Yum, yum.
No, don't keep looking at me.
Yum, yum, yum.
Right. Okay. Well, we clearly got some furry friends around at the moment. This is the main task force commander here. I'm requesting that all troopers from the squad that left, for which there were plenty, to form up on my beacon immediately. All troopers. Have you seen any stormtroopers running by at all? Right. Okay, well, if you do, make sure you let me know. Right, lost the fire again. We're going to have to hold that examination for 1 second. I'm just going to have a little search over here. Heard some rustling. What was that? Is someone there? Stormtrooper. Well, at least you've acknowledged me. Where might I ask that you are going at the moment?
Reporting to your beacon.
Forming up on my beacon?
Yes, sir.
Indeed. Well, you are the only stormtrooper who has done that. Okay, you come over here, and I wish you to stand here and guard us from now on, okay? Can you do that, trooper?
Of course, sir.
Right. If you see any of those furry things, I hope you know what to do, okay? Right.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. Do not move. Do not move. Stay there and guard us. Right. Well, that was a bit lucky, wasn't it? Now, no listening either. This is for Imperial officers, not TKs.
Yes, sir.
Now, what I'd like you to do is now focus your attention directly in my eyes. You can do that for me, can't you? Good. Now, my hands are going to move and fingers are going to move, and I'd like you to tell me which ones you see moving. If you're not able to answer 6, then we might have a little bit of an issue and my troop might have to get to work. We don't want any impaired Imperial officers now, do we? Right. Looking directly at me. Indeed, my left hand. My left hand. My right hand. My right hand. My left hand. My right hand. Now we're going to do 6 more. Keep looking. Right. My left hand. My left hand. My right hand. both. My left hand. Right. Well, it appears that back to spray has worked on you. Or air, shall we say. Well, that's a start. There doesn't seem to be an issue there, cognitive-wise, so that is good there, Trooper. I don't remember anyone being issued with those. Where on earth did you find this ferocious little thing? To me, it looks like a detonator of some sorts. Very useful against buildings, especially blast doors. Why is it that an officer such as you was carrying it? You don't get issued these particular things? You got it upon your person just before you set out, just in case you found some Ewoks. I see. Well, I'll tell you what, for next time, don't take anything unless I say you can take it. I will be keeping this upon my person now, okay? Right. Ferocious little thing. And whilst we're at it, I came across some Imperial credits here. These wouldn't so happen belong to you now, would they? They were scattered around whilst I was following a trail in the forest. It appeared to have quite a few Imperial credits. However, one little problem is that there's nowhere to use these on the forest moon of Endor. Nowhere whatsoever. So, are these yours? Okay. Well, would you like them back? Indeed, is something that you would probably like, wouldn't it? However, I'm afraid that I found these on the forest moon, and it's without these I wouldn't have come across you. So I will accept your Imperial payment here for finding you, and keep that upon my person. As one officer to another, there is mutual respect, I'm sure, for me coming to your rescue. Quite, indeed. No looking, Trooper. This is none of your business.
I'm sorry, sir.
About turn. Right. Okay, so we've got to use that back to spray on your leg there. Get you feeling better and get us on our way. So, what have we got here? Now I've got my back to spray. I don't wish to waste it. So I'm just going to spray it on your wounded area here, right down there. So don't move a muscle, then you can put your boot back on, okay? Right. Well, obviously, it doesn't feel great when you put it on. It's called healing. Your leg is getting better. That is what you want, so you can come away, is it not? Or should you just stay here and have another night with the Ewoks? Indeed. Right. Trooper, you're not Trooper. Officer, you don't seem so grateful for the rescue. You do realize there was a large rescue party that came out to find you. Nobody knew your face or what you looked like or where you've gone or where your troopers have gone also. So you would have thought in this moon, after lasting one whole night by yourself, so it seems, that you would be a little bit more grateful, would you not? Right. That's better. I'm going to use the spray. There. See? All wounds transformed immediately, and back to spray working as it should. That is far more like it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right. Anything else? Any bruises on your arms? You might as well just use the rest of this back to spray. I intend to go straight back to our base. Well, yes, because we're stationed there. Where else would we be going? bunkers that you need to know of here. We'll be going straight back to the base after this. Right. You heard that, didn't you?
I've got to go.
Trooper,
Ewoks.
what on earth are you doing? Where's Master? Trooper, come back here now. Give me your designation number, Trooper. Trooper. I honestly do not know what is wrong with these defective TKs. Why on earth they've been positioned down here? My goodness. Well, I hope that he runs into those Ewoks, that's for sure. My goodness me. Right, it looks like your leg is looking a lot better now, isn't it? Well, I expect you'll be wanting to put your boot back on now. Make sure you keep up appearances in here. You wouldn't want to be walking around Endor without your Imperial boot, that's for sure. Now, we are going to try and reconvene with our little task force and head back. This is Imperial Commander. Does anyone read me over? And then we will head back to the base and see what the hell happened with the rest of the task force. Do you know anything about this? It just so happens that just in those leaves over there by that big log, there appears to be a rebel pilot helmet. This wouldn't happen to be yours now, would it? It's just all the way out here, rebel activity in this very highly secret location on this secret planet, and there appears to be quite a very new helmet here. It doesn't seem to quite add up here, does it? Don't move for a moment, if you wouldn't mind at all. That would be so great. And I'm just going to do something here. This task force commander might have located someone quite interesting. Please form up on my beacon immediately. I know that you're an Imperial officer. You look like an Imperial officer, but you don't act like an Imperial officer. And it looks like amongst your rushing that perhaps that you just threw away your uniform, as well, if you could call it a uniform, as you were going, and you hadn't quite put on your boots yet, and you've been injured by my task force trying to escape, or whatever you're doing here. I know that I read your credentials. That's the funny thing, you see. However, credentials and your Imperial officer number could be, of course, not as real as you say it is. Well, not to worry. We're going to take you back to the Imperial base. Imperial or not, I'm sure you don't wish to stay around with these Ewoks. So I'm just going to ask you to do one thing. If you could just remove your Imperial helmet for me. Okay, your hat. There you go. Right, and I'm just going to gently put this on you here. just take that off there for you. How very interesting. Now, not to worry. I shall look after this. This is quite a nice souvenir. And if it isn't yours, then we've got some more work to do. So, it looks like we need to head back to the base. Well, I'm going to follow the way that I came, and then we should end up back where we need to be. Right, so back on your feet, please. You do realize that I'm incredibly suspicious of you right now, so I'm going to ask you to lead the way, and I shall follow closely behind. This way, then. Indeed. If I don't see you and those Ewoks get you, take care of yourself. Cheerio.